Rod Fleming in the Philippines again, and you just please bear with my hosty voice. I'm still recovering from a horrible chest infection. However, somebody asked about how do you meet a nice trans woman, particularly a nice ladyboy. Now, I'm not going to talk about how you might meet one in Europe or America. No, to be honest with you. I do have some expertise in Southeast Asia, and so we'll discuss that. And this particular person was asking about ladyboys. Ladyboys, remember, are trans women in Southeast Asia. And we'll just clear something up here. Ladyboys is a term that these women call themselves, right? It precisely expresses how they see themselves, which is women in a male body. Very often they don't like people using the local terms like bakla, Becky, waria, katoy, because they're very often used. These terms are often used by local people as insults. And so, in a way, ladyboy is a term that they've owned. They've appropriated it. They've said, no, that's us. We'll use that. Don't call us the other stuff. That one doesn't offend us. So to the USican headbangers out there, just go away and cut it out with your culture imperialism, because it ain't going to wash here. Anyway, where do you find a nice ladyboy? The first thing I would say is if you want a relationship with a nice ladyboy, then you have to be in country. You are completely wasting your time and probably your money if you try to do it from abroad. Trust me, I have been in that situation, and I have been here dating, and I can tell you, long distance, it doesn't work. Okay, maybe it works 1 in 100 times. Do you like your odds? But let's assume that you are actually in the Philippines or Thailand, anywhere where there are significant populations of ladyboys, and you can meet them. It's not always so easy. If you're in a Muslim majority country, it's actually quite difficult to meet waria, they're called, which means ladyboy, in the local language, because of the stigma that Islam has. They like to keep it a secret. It's a very complicated situation in Islam. We'll do it another time. So you're most likely to be in somewhere like likely Thailand, the Philippines, Cambodia, or perhaps Vietnam. These are all fairly open, and you can meet trans women there. The first thing to note is that most men will start off by dating on online websites. And some of these are very good, but you really need to know what you're doing and know what you're looking at. The first thing is they are absolutely full of catfish. The number of times when you will see a gorgeous, gorgeous girl in the photographs, and if she actually you get her to do some on cam to cam, and you see this horror. This is normal, I'm afraid. You'll see a lot of that. They pinch other people's pictures all the time. The next thing to be aware of is that a significant number of the girls on these websites are scammers. They're just after money. They have no intention of meeting you ever. They will string you along. They'll talk to you regularly. They'll develop a relationship online with you, and they will ask for money. They'll say, I need whatever, gas for the gas cooker, or I need, the famous old joke is the buffalo's sick, Something will come up, and it'll be, my mother needs medicine, there's a whole range of things. And this is just a way of getting money off you. And you have to understand, you're not alone. This girl's maybe got 20 people, 20 Western men that she's doing this to. So you're being scammed. If you meet a girl on a website and you're able to get her to chat to you regularly, but also, and this is really important, be available to chat at random times through the day, right? That's looking a bit better already. I mean, if she's going to say, no, I can only talk to you at 8 o'clock at night, your time, then you have to say, well, why can't you do it at 7 o'clock? What's wrong with 9 o'clock? And the fact is, she's got another guy programmed in for those slots. But if she's able to say, no, you just call me any time you like, and I'll chat, then that's a really good sign, actually. That's a good sign. I'm still less than convinced about dating sites. Having said that, I met Sam through a dating site. I've met other girls that I've dated through dating sites. You know, it can work. But I do think you have to be here to be sure that it'll work. There's one dating site in particular, which I think is called My Ladyboy Date. It's run by a French guy, and an autogynephilic French guy, and his thoroughly autogynephilic bachelor girlfriend. Avoid it. Just don't go near it. They claim to be high quality and non-scammers. They vet people for not being scammers. It appears to be all of the owners' pageant queen friends, and most of whom are AGP to start with. And I'm not convinced. I have had it on good authority that they read all the emails that are exchanged between, you know, men and the girls, and I certainly wouldn't be prepared to have that. And they won't allow you to exchange private email addresses. So no, avoid that one. That's My Ladyboy Date. Don't even touch it. The ones that I think are still okay are Pina Love, Thai Friendly. Well, there's a lot of prostitutes on Thai Friendly, but still. And the old German one, which is called Ladyboy Kisses, which is a little bit clunky. Its interface is definitely not clever, but the last time I was on it, anyway, was about 6 months ago. I don't really do them anymore because I'm in a relationship, but I keep an eye, and that one, yeah, it seems that there are some decent girls on there. Before we get to if you are here, there's social media. Now, a lot of people advise Facebook, and I used to. I'm no longer on Facebook, and I wouldn't go back. In my opinion, Facebook is just as good at wrecking relationships as forming them. You know, it's a cesspit. It's a sewer. It's a terrible thing, and in my view, plus it takes hours of your day. So I wouldn't bother. Fair enough. If you're really desperate for a girl, fine. You might meet one there, but you've really not got much. I wouldn't. I would say that the same of Twitter. I think that's an absolute cesspit. Instagram, I think you could meet some nice girls on Instagram. Instagram's interface and the way that you relate on Instagram is actually easier. It's much easier, and although it's still easy for people to see with whom you're discussing things and who you're talking to, it seems a little less intrusive than Facebook does anyway. So, you know, that's possible. But again, you're going to have the issue of the fake. That can only really be resolved in person. So then, let's look at, you've come here, right? And you're in country. You've come to the Philippines, or you've come to Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, one of these places. There's lots of ladyboys. And the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go up Walking Street or Makati, Green Hills, Phuket, someplace like that, and you're going to try and hook a girl. No, you do not do that. Every single one of those girls is a hooker, right? And look, I have nothing against hookers. I think they provide a valuable service, and they do it with style. They do it well, but they're not for relationships, right? It's often said, you can take the girl out of the bar, you can never take the bar out of the girl. Do not be tempted to commit to a bar girl or a freelance prostitute. Don't do it. By all means, have fun. I mean, that's a fair enough thing to do. You're on holiday, you want to, have some boom boom, go and buy it, and you'll have a great time. The girl will be fantastic. She'll be nice, she'll be warm, she'll be loving, she'll give you everything you want. She'll give you the full girlfriend experience, as it's called. Great, pay for it, walk away, don't try and see her again. Okay? If you're looking for a girlfriend, it's a lot more difficult. It really is. The first reason that it's difficult is an awful lot of girls here have already met Western men, and they know what they're like, right? Western men have a very bad reputation for being dishonest, for being what they call butterflies, for cheating, for ghosting them, for simply vanishing. So you've got all that ahead of you. You've got to try and deal with. And at the same time, there's still plenty of women there that's all they want is money. So you're going to find it difficult to work your way through that. And you can only do it, I'm sorry, the only way you can do it is by being here in country, whether it's, I'm in the Philippines, you could be Thailand, you could be Cambodia, it could be Vietnam, you could be Burma, wherever. You could be in any of these countries, but you must be there. Because it's only by actually taking the girl out, getting to know her, spending time with her, that you can actually begin to understand what she's really like. Ladyboys are people. They're people before they're anything else. It's not just like you go into the shop and buy like a big stuffed teddy bear. They're people. And there are absolutely smashing girls who are wonderful. And there are girls who will take you for everything you've got. And you need to be able to understand which is which. And really the only way that you can make that decision, you can discriminate between those who are, nice girls and those who are basically at it, is by being here and meeting them. And don't get me wrong, do not get me wrong. Stay away from the hot spots, just don't go there. There's plenty of trans women. I'll tell you how you can meet them in a minute. But I'm not saying that all ladyboys are bad. I'm just saying that you don't want to meet the bad ones, because there's plenty of nice ones. So you don't have to meet the bad ones. But it's very difficult to know what you're dealing with unless you're here. Now, if you are here, where do you meet ladyboys? Well, the first thing that you should obviously see from what I've been saying is the last place you meet them is in bars. You don't meet them in Walking Street. You don't meet them in Green Hills. You don't meet them up in the middle of Makati. You just don't. Where do you meet them? Well, one place you can meet ladyboys is salons. Go and get your hair dyed, and get your hair cut. Do it regularly. It'll ruin your hair. I mean, if you're a slappy, then I don't know what you're going to do. But anyway, if you're not slappy, you'll find that most salons here have a decent population of ladyboys, working in them. And most of them will be, unless they're already in a relationship, most of them will be very open to dating a Western guy. They'll be like, yeah, sure. If you're dating a bakla or any girl in the Philippines, I don't know about Thailand so much, but certainly in the Philippines, on a first date they will always ask to bring, or at least they will always expect to be able to bring a chaperone. And you should say, when you make the date, you should say, look, bring a friend with you, and I'll treat her too. This is going to make the girl feel much more relaxed, much more confident in herself, and that you're not going to do anything bad to her. Remember, we have had ugly situations here where Western men have killed baklas, and there is a certain residual concern about that. So you need to be a gentleman. You need to say, no, you bring your girlfriend and one or two friends with you. We'll have a great night out together. And you do that once or twice. And that will give you time to understand whether this is a nice girl that you want to take it further with. Usually, to be quite honest with you, it's only the first one. Once they know you're okay, they'll meet you one-on-one without any problem at all. So that's one area, the salons. The next one is malls. Now, you've got to understand, this is not USica. This is not a completely destroyed culture which has been ruined by feminism. Right? If you see a bakla and you smile at her and she smiles back, it's perfectly okay to go and ask her for her number. It's fine. Just go and do it. She's not going to throw a fit. If you say to a girl, my goodness, I love your hair. This isn't USica. They're not going to call the police. They're going to be like, oh, really? And you use it. Then at other places, in local stores, you'll always find them hanging around local stores. So, again though, you actually need to be here. You need to find these places. And you just say, And remember, I'm not talking about the wham bam thank you ma'ams. I'm talking about you're looking for a girl who you can spend a significant portion, if not all, of the rest of your life with, So you're going to have to be sure about this girl in a lot of different ways. So it takes time. You can't just do it online. That's a complete bull way of doing things. You actually have to be in the country. You have to meet the girls. You know, when you meet one girl and, well, maybe that don't work out, but you'll meet her friends. You know, there will be other girls around. And once you're here and you're meeting trans women, then trust me, you'll meet a lot more. And don't rush it. You know, I hear a lot of cases where the guy, he meets the girl once and the next day she's moved into the apartment. Now, ask yourself, would you do that at home? Would you? I've done it. I'm not saying that I'm a saint. I have done that. But by the same token, I've been bloody lucky. I've also been unlucky, you know. I've had girls try to stab me with a kitchen knife. I've also had girls who were just wonderful and no problems at all. So, personally, I think that wisdom suggests that you get to know the girl a bit, you know. Even just delay sex. I mean, by the time you are actually a couple, you're going to get plenty of sex. Don't get panicky about it. Remember that HSTS backlas, and I'm not convinced that any straight man is going to be wanting an AGP backla, but an HSTS backla has a very high libido. She likes a lot of sex. So don't worry about that. Don't get panicky about it. That will arrive. You know, if she trusts you and you get on and it's like, oh yeah, this is good, this is a nice relationship, we enjoy each other's company, and we can actually live together, then you will get what you're thinking about. Anyway, that's that. Enough for one, and my voice is going, so I will stop there. Thank you.